there, welcome. I thought it was time I gave you an update on how I'm using my Roterfaden covers. When I did the video on what I'm using planning wise, I mentioned that I would do a separate video on my journaling. The thing is, for my journaling, I have many notebooks and systems. I do use them all. To me, that is fun. That's part of my hobby. So first of all, I want to let you know what may work for me may not work for you. So feel free to take ideas on what you thought was interesting or things that you could adapt to your own system. Here I'm sharing what I like to use and what is working for me. So this video, and I think I'm going to do 3 short videos on my journaling. So the first one is this, my Roterfaden. This, I think because I'm in each video the same system. So this is the same clip system. The second video is going to be on my Traveler's notebooks. They're all from the Traveler's company. And the third video is going to be on my commonplace books. So the ones that I have as loose notebooks. That way, if you're interested in any of those systems or brands that I'm using, you can just go to the video that interests you or that you're curious about, or if you're curious about a specific brand. So this video is about Roterfaden. This is a German brand. They have leather covers, but they also have, I'm going to call it a vegan cover because it's not leather. They call it, I think, dance floor. It's supposed to be a very durable material. I'm not sure what kind of material it is. But I can talk about my experience with these two. This is the A5 and the A6. I think these are the only 2 sizes that the Roterfaden website carries. However, if you go to Jet Pens, they have a special edition only for Jet Pens that is I think it's an A5 Slim, and Baumkuchen has a standard size, Traveler's Notebook Roterfaden, also that you can only find on Baumkuchen. So there are those 2 special editions in case you're interested in the system, but none of these sizes work for you. I'm going to start with a little bit of the features because my review of Roterfaden, I think I did it about a year ago or close to 2 years ago. So very quickly, the main feature of these covers made in Germany is the clips system. So they have these clips that you can remove. For example, if you have a taller notebook than an A5, you could still have it here and just hold your clips out and have your taller notebook. And in case it's like the width is the same as an A5, but it's a little bit taller, it can still fit in here. I have tried fitting Leuchtturm, I have tried fitting Moleskine, which is kind of like an A5 Slim. I have tried fitting also the standard size, Traveler's Notebook. They all fit beautifully here. It's a very versatile cover, and it is all held by this, is it elastic? But it's sewn and it's super sturdy. I mean, I'm impressed about how well this is looking. I think I've had this for a year and a half maybe. I would close to 2 years. I would have to check my previous video to give you an accurate date, but it would be close to 2 years. The leather on the front has patinaed a little bit. It's kind of like a suede cover. This is pure joy to the touch, guys. I love holding this notebook, just pure joy, love this. And then it has this closure and a pen loop. The pen loop is very slim. Even though it's elastic, it doesn't fit very wide pens. So if you have with wide pens, I would hold the clip inside, not the full pen, because it's hard to get it out. It does have some scratches, but not too bad. It's developing some character. Here it has the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter stamp, 100% made in Germany. And to me, this is, Germany being excellent with everything they do, because everything about these covers to me is perfect. This is sweaty. I think this is called cement. I thought this was going to get loose because I've put in many things in many sizes. It's a little bit flimsier than when I bought it, but I mean, I can still put things without worrying about them falling out. It kind of hugs everything I have in here, and it does a little looser look. It does look a little looser, but not too bad. I mean, it's holding on pretty well, and I have not been precious at all with this cover. I will say that. I have put this in my backpack when I do want to write my writing notes. When I want to do my writing notes in a restaurant or at a cafe, so I just threw it in my backpack. I don't worry too much about it. At first I did because of the sweaty feeling, but now I know it can take rough use. Like I mentioned, it does scratch, but in a beautiful way. So, and it has, if you go to the Roterfaden website, you can choose, I think they added 3 more colors of the elastic. I saw they had green, they had blue. The traditional one is red. I mean, Roterfaden means red thread. Well, that's mostly because of the red thread in their notebooks, I think. This red thread. So Roterfaden means red thread. And this system, I believe, is called the Taschenbegleiter. The stitching matches the cover. And yeah, like I mentioned, if you go to the Roterfaden website, you can choose the configuration of your pockets. They have added very cool configurations in the last year, where you can have a zipper here or a zipper over here, and pencil holders. And I actually want to get another one because what they have added in in leather covers, they have a very beautiful blue one and an olive green. Oh, they're all very beautiful. And they have added more varieties, I think, in the inside that you can have. So you can choose the color of the inside and the outside. So this is the A6 size. This has the felt interior, dark gray. It has this pocket over here, as you can see, is way thicker than this. So that changes the whole structure of your Roterfaden. So the one, if you have the felt inside, it's going to be very soft and flexible, and it kind of hugs your notebooks. The what was this? This kind of interior is way thicker. Yeah, even thicker than the leather itself. So it has more structure. The main difference to me, I will say, in the A6, no, in the A5, the clips, which are thick metal, they don't bother me to write. I mean, I can feel here, but it's not too bothersome because the notebook is big enough to, you know. In here, the clips with a smaller notebook like this, it can be uncomfortable. To write in here, I remove it, I write, and then put it back. So yeah, I don't think this is the most comfortable. Also because the clips, I think, are the same size. Yeah, they are the same size as these ones. So I would think it would be better if they made smaller clips for the smaller size, but it's exactly the same size, so that can be uncomfortable. In here I have the black elastic with the black pen loop. Again, you're free to choose the combination you want. This red used to be lighter. It has patinaed beautifully, and it has developed lots of character. So yeah, what I have in here, this is what I call my reading journal. These are my reading notes for kind of more complex books. So mostly what I have in here is political science, and well, I also have atomic habits because I wanted to take lots of notes on tips and ideas to apply to, you know, my planning. And yeah, these are my writing. So do I write for every book I read? No, absolutely not. For example, here I have a list of the books I've read since 2021. And the only ones I have in this system is, like I mentioned, Atomic Habits. The Road to Freedom is this one. And I think it jumps. Yeah, and there are two more that I don't have the cover in here. But I read lots of nonfiction and YA and Spanish literature. And these are the ones I'm currently reading that I have to finish the covers. So here I have kind of like a catalog and a brief review of each book. I give it like 4 stars, 5 stars. I have the main information, title, author, pages, editorial, genre, when I start and when I finish. And on the back I have my impressions on the book, my personal impressions. It's not a summary, it is how much I liked it, my thoughts, and what I liked and what I didn't like. So it's very straightforward. Dune, I'm still reading it. So yeah, still going. I haven't had that much time to read this year, which is awful. And these 3 I am currently reading. I haven't finished, that's why I haven't done the cover. Once I finish the book, I do the cover. So these I keep in here. And these are my reading notes. So this is the Road to Freedom. And basically this is, on the left column I have the page number. And then I have fragments and quotes from the book. These are direct quotes. And on the right side I have personal annotations on each paragraph, why I liked it. And the stickers, this tells me that this note is related to another book that I'm reading. I do highlight, I do come back to these notes because I thought this book was fascinating. And yeah, more notes. So page number, paragraph, personal notes, annotations on what I thought this was related. Here the purple dot is because it's related to another book and another project that I have. So yeah, this is so I do this with books that I really want to retain the information. I want to really comprehend it, and I want to, relate it to other books that I'm reading. So, and yeah, as you can see with the highlights, I do come back to my notes, and I do come back to, if I'm reading something that is related and I want to remember, I read something like this, I can just go on this side and find very quickly my notes. These are quotes that I thought were very good or very interesting. So yeah, this was Road to Freedom. The next book, I think it will be this one, The Dawn of Democracy. So I would start in a fresh page and maybe tab them. So this one's done, and then I'm going to start the next notebook. And yeah, I go very slow with this whole system because it's only for books that are kind of complex and that I know I want to reference and look back on. I do, and I will have some books on like literature books, but for those I don't do these kinds of notes. I only write quotes that I thought were beautiful or inspiring. For example, this is Atomic Habits. In this one, I only have the column, the left column, like I have exercises in here related to the book. And here I only have the left column for the page number. I don't have the right column because I don't have anything to relate it to. I don't have personal notes. I just do, the exercises that the book recommends. And these are notes that because I do talk a lot in my channel about productivity and planning, and Atomic Habits is a great book to read. totally recommend it. So yeah, these are my notes on Atomic Habits. This one's done. Then here I have another poli-sci book. This one I didn't love, so these are just the paragraphs that I thought were interesting. What I liked about this book though was all the other books he mentions in this book that I do want to read. So I made a list of recommended readings coming from this book. So I think this is the biggest takeaway I had from this book. So this is done, and here I have space to start another book. I think I will continue here with Getting Things Done. I'm halfway through that one, and I do write to note down the highlights of the book, the main tips and recommendations and strategies. So those ones will go in here. Over here I have, this is, which one is this? I don't have, oh, the bullet journal method. Kindle version. Main notes, most important things in case I want to. These notes particularly, for example, here have green is for tips. The yellow one is about journaling and the importance of journaling. So these notes are for my channel in case I need to reference something from the bullet journal method. So that's what I have in here. If you bullet journal, I do strongly recommend the bullet journal method by Roterfaden. He treats planning, or the bullet journal method planning, kind of as a philosophy for a productive and intentional life. So it is interesting. Well, even if you don't bullet journal, even if you use a regular planner, or if you do your own version of a planner in a blank notebook, this is a great book to check out. And it's a good read, really. So that's what I have in here. I thought it wasn't too long. Oh, this goes in here. And these are my dot stickers. I don't want them getting lost in here, so I keep them inside the notebooks. And this A6 Roterfaden, because the clips are not super comfy to write, I use this as my reference system or notebook. In here I have everything related to my son. So these are his health notes. A lot of this is going to be blurred, but this is kind of what it looks like. I have the month, I marked important dates, everything related to his health, education, school, important highlights. So each sticker does have a meaning. The gray triangle is when he starts, it's related to health. The blue is important dates in his life, important events. Red is just something very important to remember, and yellow is school. So I have all the months of the year. Some months may only have one note. I imagine some notes may go blank because this is only for highlights. And then I have a space for extra notes. For example, if he had a doctor's appointment, I would have over here at the beginning of this tab, so over here, notes on what the doctor said, what he recommended, how my kid is doing, and this is a summary of the recipe he gets. So that's what I have over here. So these are notes related to my son. This is where I keep my stickers, what I think to put more on here. These are prescriptions. I keep them for a year, then I throw them away. And this is long-term collections. This is holidays, events, birthdays, all the birthdays in the family, all the main events in the family, in the world. So this is a reference notebook in case I need to check If in case I don't remember when someone's birthday is, I know I have it here. This notebook, I made it from a Hobonichi blank notebook. I cut it in half and made little inserts. It's just that I found that very soft cover inserts do better with these clips. It's a little more comfortable than stiff notebooks. Yeah. So this is what I have in this A6 Roterfaden. So yeah. The next video is going to be about my bullet journals. They're from the Traveler's Company. Those ones are for journaling. And I'll show you how I journal, how they look, a little sneak peek and a tour. And I hope you like it. I hope this video was useful. If there are useful ideas, please go ahead and adapt them and let me know what you liked. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye bye.